How long is it, Carl, you know?
They're giving it hits this morning, so I think it's going to be a pretty good one. We ready?
Yeah.
All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Town of Rome Board meeting for Thursday, February 19th at 5 o'clock. Number 2, roll call, starting from my left.
Giardino here.
Asdell here.
Sam Olsted here.
Reppin' here.
And Cheryl Evenson's on vacation. Number 3, certify posting of the meeting, please.
I certify that on Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, the amended agenda for the Town of Rome Board meeting for Thursday, February 19th, 2026 was posted at the Rome Town Hall at 12:15 p.m., Quick Trip LLC at 1:39 p.m., Nakusa Port Edward State Bank at 1:45 p.m., and emailed to the Wisconsin Rapids Tribune at 12:09 p.m.
Thank you.
Noise on my computer. Hold on.
You got something playing there?
Yeah, the meeting. Hopefully it doesn't bother anybody. I think I got it now.
All right.
Sorry.
Number 4, motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Number 5, please stand for Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, number 6, citizen comments.
No comments.
Nothing received. We'll bypass number 6. No action contemplated except possible referral of the future agendas. Number 7, the town board may go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 19.85 sub 1 sub C concerning employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, and sub F, considering financial, medical, social, or social personal histories or disciplinary data of specific persons, preliminary considerations of specific personnel, problems of the investigation of charges of specific persons, except where par, for purposes of discussing employment matters involving the town administrator.
I'll make the motion to go in closed session.
I'll second that.
Roll call from my left.
Giardino, yes.
Asdell, yes.
Sam Olsted, yes.
Reppin', yes.
Okay, we are now in closed session. Unmuted? Number 8, the town board reserves the right to enter into open session authorized by Wisconsin statute 19.83 sub 2 to possibly take action from the closed session and continue with the agenda.
I'll make the motion to go into open session.
I'll second it.
Discussion? Roll call starting from my left.
Giardino, yes.
Yazdo, yes.
Sam Olsted, yes.
Reppin, yes.
Okay, we're back in closed session. No action. Number 9, information updates, meeting recaps, recent correspondence, current events, and announcements. Vito?
Well, the only thing, like I said, I think we announced it about the military banners. We're tentatively sending it for the Sunday before Memorial Day. And we got the American Legion going to be involved. We got Visit Rome going to be involved. I think, Mark, you were going to help with the bouncy house. I think that, so there's a couple of things trying to get it all together. And we are going to make pamphlets. We got the idea from Rudolph. It's going to be like a pamphlet of every member and what badges they earned and with their picture on it. So we got, I don't know if you know Phil out there in Wisconsin Rapids Quality Printers. He's going to help us with that. So we'll be distributing that. So it's going to be a big thing, hopefully.
What's the cost on those pamphlets, Vito? Can't be much.
No, but you know what? Lisa's working with Sue on that from Visit Rome.
Okay.
So they'll get that. It's going to be quite an honor for the vets.
Yeah.
Or the active military, too. So that's what we got there.
Mark?
Nothing.
Tim?
Just this weekend, Saturday, is the Camelot Fishery.
How are you going to handle the parking on the dam?
That's a good question. I don't know how that's handled.
Jason?
There's signs there, so I guess we'll have people go through earlier in the day. I mean, it's well signed not to park there.
People don't know how to read.
Yeah, at the Legion fishery they had a couple weeks ago, there was at least 5 out there. I got word back, so.
Remember the Lincoln Park Towers?
The what?
Lincoln Park
We
Towers?
have the officers drive by occasionally.
Yeah, we had talked about it. They're going to go there earlier. Stop that. They dealt with some people on the last fishery who parked in there.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it's always been an issue.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, we're going to get damage.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how to bring this up, but went to a meeting yesterday at the library involving the school board and their request for a referendum. And I'm not taking sides on this at all, but and I'm not sure that the numbers she presented were proper. The way I read what she's putting out there is that the $2 million referendum would be a value of, or a cost to the taxpayer of $2 per $100,000. And I just looked at that and chuckled, yeah, that's not right.
It was $2 million a year for 5 years.
Yeah, well, $2 million a year for 5 years. Well, is that what they're
Yeah, $10 million.
In any case, their annual number it was $2 for every $100,000, and I'm a numbers nuts, and I looked at it, I just laughed. That's wrong. I actually did figure the number out, and by my calculations, depending on whether they use assessed value or they call it the market value. We're at 87.11% right now of market. My number comes out to $90.91 per 100,000, not $2. Okay, that is the value of the $2 million referendum that they're asking. Now, I'm not sure what numbers she was looking at. She was trying to conflate it, I think, with the levy, and she had 2 cents in there, but it just wasn't right. We had a discussion on it. I had some of the principal come over later, and he actually worked the number out. He was close, but he understood what the problem was. So just a heads up on that. Again, not for or against it, but just want to let people know that look at it, but you got to look at the number as proper.
And they haven't changed their website, so subsequently, when you're looking at the referendum, people are going to say, "Oh, this is fine.
Yeah.
We can afford this."
Yeah.
But be truthful here.
Yeah, it's a simple math problem. The valuation of the towns, we're at 70% of the school budget, so $2 million means $1,400,000 to the town. You take that number times the town's valuation, whether it's the assessed or the incremental. But you take that divided by $1,540,000,000, you end up with the $90. Okay, comes 0.0009091. And that's your mill rate. So that's how you figure it. It's pretty simple, but they didn't understand it. So anyway, just put it out there. I think we got to let people know. And again, they make the decisions based on actual numbers. Anybody have any questions on that? Thoughts? Okay. Number 10, department and committee reports. Do we have anything to go through? None? Does anybody have any questions on them? They are all in the packet.
No.
Okay. Number 11, discussion only, proposed solar array installation update. We did complete a matrix, and I want to thank a young gentleman, Zach, and I screwed up his last name, so I won't even try it. But he gave us a lot of data to come back to the PSC with a matrix. I formalized it, sent it on to the attorney. He used a good portion of it in the matrix that was resubmitted to the PSC on Monday. It was very good, brought a lot of issues, and he said he's never seen anything like that before. He wanted to know who did it, so I gave him the information. The other thing is, at 5 o'clock tonight on Channel 12 out of Rhinelander.
It's 13, Carl.
On Channel 12 out of Rhinelander, that is on Solaris 13.
Oh, flares, okay.
And also we'll find a link for it, but that's Koji Taylor. He was here about 3 weeks, a month ago, and had a lot of people in here and did a lot of work. He did a lot of work, and I kind of bugged him when it was going to show, and he kept saying the more he dug, the more he found. So it was on tonight at 5. It's going to be interesting. They were plugging it earlier in the day, so it tells me it wasn't just a 3-minute blurb.
It'll also be on at 10.
10 o'clock?
Oh,
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's coming, so we'll see what happens there. 12, discussion only, discussion on potential ATV, UTV ordinance amendments. Jason?
Do you have all your talking points? Because I have everything right here if you wanted to look at it.
If you wanted to lead off, and I can answer questions, or I can give a synopsis
Either way.
of what the county had asked us to mirror. Their ATV ordinance, currently our ordinance basically designates all town roads, and other than that, we follow state statutes. So for speeds, it's what's posted on the road. Hours of operation, there is no restriction. And other than that, like as far as age-wise, we follow what the state law is for riding on a route. The county has numerous other rules. They have hours of operation. I believe it's midnight to 6 a.m. There's no or midnight to 5 a.m. There's no operation allowed. You have to have a valid driver's license to operate on any road, so that would eliminate a 12 to 16-year-old going with their parent on the routes. There's some alcohol stuff that's repeated from the state law. I don't know why they chose to put that in their ordinance. There's already a state law that you can't operate a ATV, UTV under the influence of alcohol or drugs. That's kind of a synopsis of the difference between the two. To my knowledge, we haven't had, we get an occasional ATV complaint, like I'm sure everywhere else that has ATV trails open, but we haven't had any issues, people calling and saying they're driving at this hour of night and I don't like it, or they're driving here. There's been no real problem. This has been approached in 21, I believe. The board was asked to mirror that, and they chose not to because of the juvenile issue with family-oriented ATVing on the roads. And I believe in 18, it was, the county's asked several times to mirror this, and we're not the only township that hasn't. Many of the other ones have chose to keep their own. Further down by the city, they have speed limits posted in their ordinance, which the county doesn't. So there's a lot of variation, and us abutting Wood County, their rules are different than Adams County anyway, so you're gonna have to know the rules our folks, I'm assuming, drive to Wood County and vice versa. They come down here, you're gonna have to know there's gonna be different rules between the counties anyway.
Yeah.
Jason, are there any other villages or municipalities that are going to go with the county's ordinance?
I don't know that information. In the past years, they haven't, because obviously we'd all be the same already, and I know the Village of Friendship has their own speed limit rules and hours. I believe Leola has hours of operation on their routes. In speaking with the sheriff, some of their concern is the municipalities that don't have their own law enforcement agency. That's confusing for his people that are working that. He really didn't have an issue with ours because we police our own trails here, as does the city of Adams, but the rest of the municipalities have to rely on the sheriff's office for their enforcement. Was one of the reasons for standardization of the rules, is my understanding as well.
Well, I guess as long as we follow state statute.
Yeah, I read through it and I saw the state that they adopted the state. I thought, oh crap, we're there. The county asked us to either follow the county or the state, and so we're there. We're in good shape. So, yeah. And
Do you have any brochures or pamphlets to hand out to these people if they want to come to the police station or the town hall, the tourists, when they come in and say what's expected of them? Do we have anything?
There is some route maps that we hand out. Again, we're following state law with the exception of our town roads are open. So the rule book would be the ATV pamphlet that the Wisconsin DNR has that have all of the rules, which we have available online, and you can get printed versions of that. They send it to everybody, I believe, with their registration. When you register an ATV, you get the pamphlet.
Yep.
yeah, so we're good to go. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
So, question,
Yeah, go ahead.
moving forward, so is this, because this was brought forward to discuss, and then any recommended changes or that the board would want to see?
No, I mean, the county asked us to follow county or state where they've adopted the state, so we're good as gold actually on that, so
And I
we're
think
good.
in addition to what Jason said, he
Yeah.
talked to Attorney Abst, who had, said a couple things, and it mostly involved signage and paying attention
Yeah,
to
that was,
certain things on here, but
yeah.
I think we're covered with what we have right now.
I missed one point. There's a section in that ordinance that was created. We should probably ask the attorney if it needs to be in there. It talks about county routes and it lists County D and Z, certain areas of it. Well, obviously the county changed to allow operation everywhere, so our ordinance is outdated in that section where it's
3087, is that
Yeah,
what,
so
3087 needs to
I'm
be?
not sure that that's needed, why we would repeat in our ordinance. I looked at other municipalities and they don't talk about county routes in their ordinance. They probably could clean it up by just removing that portion of it.
Yeah. I talked to an attorney, Bill O'Connor at Tri-Lakes, and we were doing the same thing. We had bylaws that were mimicking the state, and they said, why are you doing that? They'd make a change. So just leave it out. So, yeah, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
so that's probably something that should come back, just to remove that section that's not correct anymore.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move. We can delete that out of there then. So, thanks, Jason. Thanks, Karen. 13, discussion only, discussion wake boats. Just want to update, there was apparently a push to have something pass through in the state, the assembly today. I don't know, didn't hear what was going to happen. Some folks I talked to that have an in on it, they seem to think that it's not going to happen this year anyway. They said it's got to go to the Senate yet, and that wouldn't be till after St. Patty's Day. Then it has to go to the governor, and they don't think it'll go through the Senate or the governor. So just kind of an update on that. Other than we're going to keep looking at it from our point of view, and we'll probably have some more information down the road on this.
It was scheduled for a vote on the floor today.
Yeah, I hadn't heard what
I
happened.
haven't heard either.
All right, 14 only, discussion on parks and recreation suggestions. Anybody, please?
Well, I know we're going to, I don't know, Jill's here. I don't know, we're looking at some shelter or shade for the RTC area here for along the bandstand there. I know it gets pretty hot there with that hot sun. So I know we're looking at some shade structures. We're going to look at that this coming Monday at our Park and Rec Committee.
You're on the Parks and Rec.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Let me ask you something here. I learned this yesterday at that meeting with the school board. They have the kids on these shops.
yeah.
I forget, industrial shops.
Right.
They do things. They
Yep.
build things.
And we've asked them to look at making some game tables for us too.
And?
For the park here. And I think we're moving forward. And
Did you get any answer?
Yeah, I think we're waiting for them to respond back when they can do it or.
Well, I talked to that Lynn yesterday, and I talked to that principal, and he says, because I told him, you want to win the people in Rome,
Yeah.
we kind of, why don't you do stuff for us here too?
Yeah. Jill, would you like to? Yeah, yeah.
Are you from the school?
She's on the Park and Rec Committee.
Oh,
Jill Reese, I've been I'm a longstanding member of the Parks and Rec Committee. Yes, we did contact the Nakusa High School. I'm also a volunteer member of our silent sport group, Draft. And we've had the school do benches for us. And they engrave our logo, and they do a really good job in the past. So we contacted them when we wanted game tables at the town park. And we did get confirmation with them. They're going to get a plan together for this coming, for the spring project. And they will get back to us with costs and a plan. So, yeah. And it'd be picnic tables with game either engraved or painted on the top, maybe backgammon or checkers, chess, that kind of thing.
You got some other thoughts for the Parks and Rec? I know of a few. You ready?
Yeah, go for
ahead.
it.
Walden Park was one. I was there when they dedicated the canoe thing with last summer, spring, whatever it was, with Lisa and Dave Trudeau. And we're looking at the park itself, the ball diamond, and it's just basically a waste of space. We cut the grass there and nothing else. Has anybody ever played a game there in the last 20 years?
We did. Fire department did it for training with our air packs. Played softball with
You had to throw me a curve in there. When was that?
about 5 years.
All right. Anyway, we thought about turning it into some kind of nature center. And
Which I think Dave Trudeau has approached us with some kind of a park there where it's some.
I'm hoping that
Plans.
we'll have more information at the upcoming meeting on Monday.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
proposal, he's working with some other people
Well,
to
Barb
lay
Harrod-
out something.
Barb Harrod has it. She changed her yard into, it's called the Homegrown National Park. And there's a lot of things. I mean, I was asking people, they're throwing out their butterfly reserve. The Kirtland warblers, we're trying to attract those, put them in there. I was talking to another guy about the backstop there for the diamond that the firemen used. And I said, well, we can tear that down, get some scrap. He goes, no, put vines on it. So, okay. I mean, there's all sorts of things I think could be, turn it into something useful. But again, we look at where we can get the funds, but that's something I think Legacy might be interested in or something along that line.
Visit Rome.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There's money for those types of projects. There's also a need for more picnic type areas.
Yep.
Maybe even another playground. That would be a nice area for a playground.
Yep.
There's some options for that space. Yeah.
And Cody and I were talking about maybe a campground on the south end of the Syracuse to bring in more people. It'll also give us a little more, how do you want to put it, Cody? Give us a little more say in the operation, I guess, something like that. Would help. That was one. We have 50 acres over there in Twin Lakes, or Twin, whatever that is, over off Anawa. You familiar with that one?
Right.
It's, you almost need four-wheel to get back there right now.
Yeah,
but
it's
boat
very
launch or
overgrown,
something.
right? Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
no, you go back there and it's been used by, I'm not sure who or what, but it's actually still maintained pretty clean.
Okay.
But it's another area. I'm just throwing it out there.
Is that, Carl, I'm sorry, is that over on 14th?
No, you go down Z, south on Z, turn left on Anawa, and there's a house there, a yellow house. It's got like 5 acres, but it's like a spaghetti farm. And then there's a dirt road right past that, and you go down, you go back in there. It's back about a quarter mile, but you go back there. It's gorgeous.
So
But
is that like a long stretch? You said
Yeah.
50 acres?
It's 50 acres. Yeah,
Okay.
town property.
Okay.
But, yeah, I went four-wheeling back there with a Jeep last year. It was
Yeah.
fun. But
Yeah.
just another thought. I mean,
Yeah.
it's ours.
Yeah,
So,
something to do.
Throwing stuff out there, keep you busy.
Okay.
I'm trying to picture, is there any frontage of 14th though? Because there's another 50 acres, church sits out on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And that was property that a developer was interested in. And I did a little research on it, pulled the deed on it, and that was deeded to be dedicated to church and park use only. If it's used for anything else, it reverts back to
Okay.
the grantor. But that's park space.
Yeah,
So-
well,
and I know
that'd
the
be
Parks
another opportunity
Department-
for them, yeah, then in that case.
They
Over by,
had been-
Woodland. It's over by Woodland, behind Woodland.
And I know they'd been looking for space, and we had talked about that school property for disc golf and trails. I don't know if that's an opportunity to put it there instead, but that is park
Trails would be good
dedication,
there.
so.
Yeah. No, this one's off of Z by Petenwell, and there's water there. It's, is it Twin Lakes, whatever, what do they call it down there?
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that where we drove by? Okay.
yeah, you go back in there, you can put a boat launch in there for canoes or kayaks or something like that. I mean, like they did at Walden, so just a thought, opportunity,
Yep.
but it is real nice back there. And I think there is a picnic table back there already, but anyway. Anything else? Trying to keep them busy, so. Number 15, discussion only. Discussion on grants through innovation grants offered by the state. They resubmitted this. They sent this out again, which tells me they're not getting much interest in it. But you look at this, and there's all sorts of things in there I think we can apply for and just help with some of the funding. Anybody look at it and come up with some ideas and suggestions? Nobody?
And I looked at it, I know it's like to either take your services and put them somewhere else, or shared services. I was at an HR meeting earlier today, and one of the counties is struggling with, funding. So they have a staff of 5. The director is actually suggesting and putting out there to her supervisor that they do HR services and partner with 2 other counties, and then use that innovation grant to provide HR services. She would fit that role and have what they call fractioned services. So she would serve 3 counties instead of 1, but then use some of that innovation grant funding. So I mean, that's I'm not saying we do that here, but that's kind of how it's used, either shared services like that, or to take your services and use those funds for someone else to run your services for you.
Yeah.
Didn't you have at one time, before when you were chair previously, we had a committee for grants?
I thought I had it on here.
That's
It's coming on. It's coming up. Yeah.
Oh, because Jeff was, remember Jeff Williams
Jeff
was.
Williams, yeah.
Right, he was the one,
He was a grant writer for us.
right. I mean, can we go back to that?
That's coming up.
That's the last item on the agenda.
Okay, all right, my
Thanks,
bad.
Phil. Thanks for the plug. But looking on here on the overview, I mean, public safety, fire engine, we got a $2 million loan going out there in a fire engine. Is there things, even not necessarily towards the engine itself, but equipment, or is there anything else we could do in that? And even with the police, are there things that we could use and possibly apply for grants on this thing? The last one there is Parks and Recreation. They got $300 million sitting out there, and again, by them repeating it, it's telling me that they're not getting applications for it. So I think there's some opportunities there. But there's emergency services. I mean, information technology, communications. We're putting in the audio system here and next door. Why can't we apply for grants to cover some of that cost? Who's going to do it?
Let's talk about that at the end.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. And again, housing, planning, and zoning. Can we tie that in with our 55 and over that we're looking at for the park? The RTC. So I just hate seeing our money get wasted on somebody else. So we'll table this till next time, or bring it up. So please, let's think about it. All right, number 16, discussion and possible action approval of the February 5th, 2026 meeting minutes.
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Number 17, discussion and possible action. Checks, vouchers, receipts, journal entries, approved checks number 50179 through 50336 totaling $7,280,483.33. Auto payments totaling $150,088.53. State Social Security Medicare withholding totaling $45,090.43. Payroll vouchers V24829 through V24955 totaling $116,969.02. And checks 21706 totaling one check totaling $289.62. Receipts number 270104 through 27178 totaling $7,736,408.28. You know your motion?
I'll make the motion. I'm not going to repeat it all to do that.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Number 18, discussion and possible action, approval of ordinance number 26, recommendation from the Plan Commission on consideration of proposed ordinance. Article 32, entitled Solar Energy System Sitting.
Yeah, so this was brought back from the board last time to look at, again, at the Planning Zoning Commission. And after review, we saw some ordinance. One I found was in Arpin, north of here. They adopted a height requirement of 10 feet versus 20 feet. So we went from 35 feet to 20 feet. Now we're down to 10 feet, and I think that's a more approachable ordinance.
And that's what we approved on the Planning Commission.
that's what we approved.
And that's from the ground up. From the
That'll be the top of the
braces.
panel. It'll be enough for them to be able to tilt
Right.
the panels.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But it seems to be, I mean, if you look around the state, I mean, they've had them anywhere from 15 feet to 18 feet or 10 feet. And so we adopted the one that was in Arpin. I think that is a good height and acceptable.
Planning Commission okayed it.
Yeah.
You got a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Number 19, discussion of possible action, recommendation appointments to the Comprehensive Plan Subcommittee, Jerry Wiesingler and Bruce Hopner.
I'll make a motion to approve those two.
I'll second that. We also were going to get two.
Hold on.
Oh, my bad.
Discussion?
Okay.
Okay, now I talk.
Weren't we going to get two from the one other committee?
Yeah, there was our
CDA.
CDA.
That was it, CDA.
And then
Had that
okay,
meeting yet.
okay, all right.
Okay. And they're in agreement?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, they volunteered themselves.
Volunteered. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know Bruce that well, but Jerry's outstanding. He knows a lot.
Yes, he does.
Get a motion?
Got a motion you need.
Oh, I'm sorry. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Discussion of possible action, appointment of town board member to the Comprehensive Plan Subcommittee. Could do Cheryl, she's not here.
She's only here for another month.
Yeah, I know, yeah. You want to hold on that one until we have another board
Let's
comes over?
table it till
Yeah,
That it may.
Yeah, let's table that. Yeah.
okay. We'll table that.
The election's in April, right?
Yeah.
They don't take
Yeah.
office till May.
Number 21, discussion of possible action, restart the grant committee. Again, we had that running back in 2021, 2022. We started researching, looking for whatever's out there, and there's a lot, especially when you start getting the federal. They just seem to have money flowing out of trees. That's where the solar farm found it, I guess. But I'd like to, I don't think we need a discussion on it. It's just, it's in existence, and but is anybody, I'm on it, I'll stay on it, and anybody else want to come with it? It's kind of interesting. You start looking at and see what's out there, and you just start diving into what kind of funding's out there, and what some of the project can come up. You also start learning what else is new out there, so you start getting ideas.
I mean, I'd like to see Jeff back on it.
Is he still around, or what's our deal?
Yeah, I don't know that he will do that. I think what we need to do is advertise for it like we would for any other.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's advertise. I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that.
qualified to do the grant.
All right.
You know, I could use some innovation grant funding to hire a grant
Writer.
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 Yeah. They all, UWSP also offers grant writing classes. And I think they're free,
I
actually.
get stuff in email all the time about
Yeah.
grant writing classes.
You just got to find somebody to do it. I'm not raising my hand. Anybody out there? No? Figures. All right, next agenda items.
You need a motion to.
You need a motion? All right, let's take we'll entertain a motion.
To restart?
Yeah.
And advertise.
I'll make the motion to restart the grant committee and to advertise.
I'll second that.
Discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Number 22 now, next agenda items. Anything special?
I don't have any.
All right, well, come as it may. We'll fill it out as we go. 23, next meeting date and time.
March 5th, 5 p.m.
March 5th. I don't know if I'll be here. I'm having eye surgery on the 4th.
Okay.
All depends.
Well, that's all right. We'll be fine.
You could bring a seeing eye dog.
Never a dull moment.
I was gonna say something, but I don't remember what. You go through me off.
All right.
Don't.
Need a motion for adjournment?
I'll make
I
a
make
motion
that
to
motion.
adjourn.
Ruppin.
Why don't you take a second?
I'll take this second. Don't
All
worry
those in
about it.
favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned. Never a dull moment.
I tell you what. Next week, Mark, I'll pay right that back. I will go to that place
Oh,
that
wait,
you.
we are not off yet, guys. Hold on.